Welcome everybody to another episode of Shot in the Dark. I am your host, John Siino Evil here. Let's get right down to it. AEW Dark Elevation starts with Lance Archer just dragging his opponent to the ring, who is Zachariah, and destroys him in mere seconds with the blackout. Another Lance Archer. Shout out to Lance Archer on the Unrestricted AEW podcast. He was on there recently. Pretty good listen if you have a chance. Check it out. Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy defeated Chaos Project. Taylor and Cassidy, they both get the pin after Cassidy takes out Luther with the orange punch, and he falls right on top of Serpentico. After the match, the Blade comes out with the bunny to hype up his upcoming match with Orange Cassidy. Hikaru Shida, with a record of 34-4, defeated the debuting Dulce Tormenta with the katana. We go backstage to Mark Sterling, who's with Jade Cargill, and they're with a gentleman with the name of John Kanak, who is the head of film and television at the Activist Artist Management, and he says he sees a lot of potential in Jade, and could see her in the action genre, so he wants her to meet up with people in Hollywood to discuss her future. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Lucas Chase in seconds with the Spine Buster. Frankie Kazarian defeated Baron Black with the Crossface Chicken Wing. After the match, Brandon Cutler, he sneakily tries to run to the ring to attack Kazarian, but he ends up tripping on his way inside the ring. So Kaz attacks him and uses his own spray into Cutler's face, as well as other parts of his bodies. And then Doc Gallows runs out and takes out Kazarian ahead of their upcoming match on Dynamite. Powerhouse Hobbs, he is backstage, cuts a really good promo on Brian Cage, telling him to stay home or the same thing will happen to him that happened last week. Very quick, but very good delivery here from Powerhouse Hobbs. I want to hear more from him. Jungle Boy defeated Angelico with the snare trap, a really good match here, and the whole crowd was behind Jungle Boy. Red Velvet defeated Julia Hart with a flipping leg scissors. New finisher from her. They didn't really give it a name, but it looked really good. The Gun Club defeated Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson, with Colton rolling up Johnson for the pin. But interesting is that commentary as well as the replay point out that Colton kind of pulled on the tights a little bit. So after the match, both the Gun Club and Johnson and Brock kind of got in each other's faces. Luchasaurus destroyed Fuego del Sol with the chokeslam into the knee. I'm pretty sure you guys have probably seen the GIF online. If not, look it up. Dante Martin defeated Sean Dean with his flipping stunner. Serena Deeb and Ty Conti, teaming up for the first time, defeated Jasmine Allure and Vert Vixen. Deeb made Allure submit to the Serenity Lock, and the crowd was really behind Conti in this match. And the main event, Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miedo defeated Cesar Bononi and JD Drake. As Bononi and Drake come to the ring, Bononi's really upset, just yelling, saying that Ryan Nemeth from Peter Avalon couldn't make it here due to the stupid airport system here in Texas, and now they can't give people a makeover. So Bononi's really pissed off here. But Penta pins Drake after hitting an arm breaker in a really good main event. After the match, Penta cut a promo in Spanish for the Texas crowd here, and then Eddie cut a promo saying that he won't go as deep as last time because he got in trouble from his last promo, but pretty much says that AEW is forever, and if you ain't with AEW, you ain't shit. AEW Dark from Tuesday, only 7 matches here. The Blade defeated Ryan Mantell in over a minute with the Dr. Bomb. Thunder Rosa defeated Kylan King with the Peruvian necktie. Rosa got a huge reaction here from Texas. The Acclaimed and Private Party defeated Allen 5 Angels, 10 and Varsity Blondes. Max Caster's freestyle, it ended up with him taking out like a giant loaf of bread for Julia Hart. I think the crowd popped getting the wrong reaction here, as I did for a second. I had to rewind it to see exactly what he was pulling out here. Julia got involved at one point. She took away the boombox from Bowens, but Private Party ends up hitting the gin and juice on Angels, followed by Max Caster hitting the mic drop for the pin. And then Bowens, after the match, cuts a promo on Varsity Blondes, again taking another disrespectful shot to Julia, saying something about her enjoying tag teams. I don't know. Anyway, they said they won't stop until they get a tag team title shot themselves. Abaddon defeated the debut and Promise Braxton in a little over a minute with her leg hook DDT. The Bunny defeated Big Swole. Halfway through the match, Diamante comes down to the ring while she's talking on the microphone, distracting Swole. And then later in the match, the Blade distracts the referee Aubrey Edwards. Diamante hits Swole with a kick, and Bunny rolls up Swole while holding her tights for the pin. Wardlow destroyed Chad Lennox in seconds with the Casualty of War. And then backstage, Swole cut a promo on Diamante saying that she doesn't like people messing with her money and her winning streak, and if she wants a match, she could just name the place and time. And the main event, Dustin Rhodes defeated Aaron Solo with the Bulldog. Interesting note here, Solo, who usually spells his name S-O-L-O-W, for some reason lost the W, and he didn't get the W either. So Aaron Solo here, they cut a quick promo with him and QT Marshall pretty much talking down Texas and saying how this could be Dustin's last match in his hometown. And of course, Dustin Rhodes gets this huge hometown pop. NWA Powerrr, interesting episode here. It wasn't any wrestling at all. It was their Champions Series open draft, which is pretty much 4 champions teaming up with 4 legends, and they all have to draft their own team, and then the winning team gets all these pretty much prizes, as to do with like not being able to be challenged for the title, going after any title they want. It's a whole bunch of rules and regulations here that you guys can look up. But the teams here are Kamille teaming up with Austin Idol, and their team is Tom Latimer, Kenzie Page, Kratos, Mims, and Sal Renaro. Aron Stevens and Taryn Terrell, known as Aron and Taryn. They drafted Tyrus, Lady Frost, JTG, Marche Rocket, and Jordan Clearwater. Nick Aldis and Melina, who didn't seem to be on the same page, drafted Crimson, Sky Blue, Fred Rosser, Slice Boogie, and Jeremiah Plunkett. And the last team of the Pope and Velvet Sky, who were definitely on the same page, drafted Trevor Murdoch, Genocide, Jack Stain, The Mystery Man, and Colby Carino. So stay tuned for these matches as they happen on NWA Powerrr. NXT UK, the show starts with a video from Triple H hyping up the rematch between Walter and Dragunov. We go into the press conference in the ring where they're asked questions from the press. Dragunov mentions how ever since he lost, he's changed and has become a different man, and you can expect brutality and violence in the rematch. Walter called Dragunov a fraud. Then Dragunov ended up saying that he hates Walter, and either he's walking out as champion or he's not walking out at all. Unfortunately, as you guys might have heard, this match is not happening because Walter did sustain a legit injury to his hand. So, unfortunately, we are not getting this match next week like we were promised. We get a quick promo from Subculture where they say that they'll be the first ever two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. Teoman and Rohan Raja defeated Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter, with Teoman making Carter submit with the crossface. A-Kid tells Sis Scala that when he's healed and ready to wrestle, he wants to wrestle Jordan Devlin in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Aoife Valkyrie hypes up a match against Ginny, and Pretty Deadly cut a promo on Subculture. For the women's title, Maiko Satomura, she defends her NXT UK women's title against Amale with the Scorpio Rising, and a really nice showing here from Amale. I see a bright future for her. And the main event for the Heritage Cup, Tyler Bate defends his cup against Mark Coffey. Bate got the first pinfall in round 2 with a roll-up. Coffey got the second one in round 3 with a running forearm, and then Bate gets the win after the Tyler Driver 97. And after the match, they shook hands along with Trent Seven and Wolfgang, who were in their corners. 205 Live, Guru Raj, who they announced is officially part of 205 Live now, defeated Asher Hale with a surprise backslide. And the main event, Ari Sterling defeated Grayson Weller with a Baja 86. This was a fantastic 15-minute plus match here. It could have gone either way. I will definitely check this match out. Ari Sterling and Grayson Waller, I really hope they don't get pigeonholed in just being on 205 Live, because I feel like these two guys definitely could break out on NXT. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, their first episode of the Tag Team Turbulence, Round 1. The Good Brothers making their long awaited return to New Japan Pro Wrestling, the first time since, I want to say, 2016. Don't quote me on that. Gallows and Anderson defeated Clark Connors and TJP. Carl Anderson gets the pin on TJP after they hit the Magic Killer. Ren Narita and Yuji Nagata advanced by defeating Fred Yehai and Wheeler Yuta, with Narita pinning Yuta with a suplex. The West Coast Wrecking Crew, Jorel Nelson and Royce Isaacs, advanced by defeating Kevin Knight and the DKC after Isaacs pinned Knight with a Death Valley driver onto the knees of Nelson. This looked really good. And the main event, Violence Unlimited, the team of Brody King and Chris Dickinson defeated Team Filthy, the team of Dammy Limelight and JR Kratos, with Dickinson pinning Limelight with the running Death Valley driver to advance. Ring of Honor coming off the heels of Best in the World. We have Ray Horace defeated Fred Yehai with a body scissor driver. This is actually a really good match I would check out. Mandy Leone defeated Quinn McKay after using brass knuckles that Angelina Love threw in. This is after McKay actually got the visual submission on Leone, but Love was distracting the referee. This is Mandy Leone's first match since January 2020. Quinn McKay's second match here, as she still looks for her first win in Ring of Honor. And the main event, Shane Taylor Promotions, who have now added O'Shea Edwards as their new member, defeated the Foundation and Joe Keys. Joe Keys was actually taking the spot of Jonathan Gresham, who's been injured over the weekend. WWE main event. This is the official final show from the Thunderdome. The final, I guess, one to air. We had Jackson Riker defeated Angel Garza, and Mansoor defeated Shelton Benjamin after some help from Mustafa Ali as they formed this new tag team. The WWE Network editions of the week, we have Progress Chapter 115, as well as ICW Fight Club. Since I got a little bit of time here, I guess I can talk about some happenings in wrestling. You might have checked out the review with me and Davey Portman for Slammiversary. Obviously, a lot of debuts, a lot of returns. We had Jay White being the big one here. There are spoilers there for tapings for Impact for the next couple days, but obviously you can read my reports on postwrestling.com. But there are definitely some happenings there. No Way Jose, or just No Way, made his debut. Chelsea Green, as I predicted, I took my victory lap. She did team up with her fiance Matt Cardona to take on Tennille Dashwood, and Brian Myers, so that is pretty good. As well as the former Aiden English, known as the Drama King or Drama King Matt. He'll be making his debut soon. I'm not sure if it's in a wrestling role, as he has been announced that he will be the new ring announcer for New Japan Pro Wrestling for the Resurgence pay-per-view. So nice to see some familiar faces, new faces, old faces in Impact. Definitely a promotion to check out. As well as MLW announced that Casey Navarro, one of the prospects that I've been keeping my eyes on, has signed full-time to Major League Wrestling, so that should be good. And the big rumors right now is CM Punk. Is he coming back to the wrestling world? That's the rumors. Believe it when I see it, but the word is that AEW might be the place where he goes. Yeah, I'm a huge CM Punk fan, always was. I just hope that he doesn't overshadow the likes of Hangman Page or Darby Allin or anything else. Obviously, you're going to have to make moves to bring in a CM Punk, but I really hope that like this Hangman Page storyline, for example, doesn't get pushed aside, or they don't just rush this match and do it at the Rampage before All Out, and then debut CM Punk against Kenny Omega at All Out. I don't know, but would I love to see it? Definitely. Do I believe it? Not until I hear Cult of Personality and Tony Khan, you better spend the bucks and get that. And while you're at it, you might want to spend a couple bucks and buy The Final Countdown by Europe, if Brian Danielson is making his way there as well. Those are my 2 cents on wrestling rumors and signings. But that is it for this week. You guys can catch me here next week for another episode of Shot in the Dark.